So these next videos have been making people question reality. But remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's check it out.
Elon Musk's potentially groundbreaking device that could help people who are paralyzed. Musk says his company Neuralink has implanted a brain chip into a human being for the very first time ever. He made the announcement on X yesterday saying the patient is recovering well. He didn't provide any other details. Neuralink says the implants will allow quadriplegic users to control external devices like computers using only their mind. It was approved for human trials by the FDA last year. Elon Musk potentially groundbreaking.
Told y'all we was gonna dive into this topic, bro. And I heard they had implanted it in a human, and I had to run and try to see if we can dive more in and find out how did it go, the information about it. I know they got approved, like he said, last year, but I still didn't think we were this close to someone actually having the device implanted. This is still crazy to me.
Elon Musk says his company Neuralink has implanted a brain chip into its first human patient, and that the initial results are pretty good. They show, quote, according to him, promising neuron spike detection. Elon Musk says the chip will let people control computers or phones just through what they think. And he says, quote, imagine if Stephen Hawking could communicate faster than a speed typist or an auctioneer. That is the goal. Elon Musk says his company...
I gotta read this. It said it enables the control of your phone or computer and through them almost any device just by thinking. Just by thinking, they'll be able to control it. I still don't know. As excited as I am to see it, I just still don't know. You have that, like, and so it begins just echoing in the back of my mind.
Someone in the world has one of Elon Musk's chips implanted in their brain. His company Neuralink says they've put a device called telepathy into a human for the first time. It's designed so users can control things like their phone with their mind and could help people with disabilities. Someone in the world...
You see that? Let me go back to the... So it's... I know this is just like, you know what I mean? An example of how it could possibly look, bro, but... I wonder what other type of, because we hear, all I've ever heard were the benefits of this device. Never once have I heard the side effects. Like nobody's talking about that. So I'm guessing that's what I'm kind of looking for in the search of, to see what are the possible side effects this thing could have on your body. You know what I mean? If any, but nothing doesn't have a side effect. So it gotta have something.
A few days ago, Neuralink installed their first brain chip into a real human person, and they haven't died. Yeah, Elon reported that the unidentified person is recovering well, and that initial results show promising neuron spike detection. Basically, it's doing its job of restoring that brain-body connection. They also announced that the implant is not going to be called the Neuralink brain chip. It's going to be called telepathy, which is equally pretentious. It's still insane to me that the FDA cleared this for human use, but I think it's cool that it's working. If that person doesn't die in the next year, I'll get it. A few days ago, Neuralink installed their first...
Somebody was saying the other day, this is like the mark of the beast or something like that. I was like, what? Whoa. What are we saying here now? What are people thinking? Like, I know people go to the extreme when they think about stuff like this, but I was like, huh?
In the last 10 minutes, Elon Musk has confirmed that the first ever human being now has the Neuralink implanted in their brain. For those of you that don't remember or don't know what Neuralink is, it is literally a chip that is going to be installed in your brain created by Elon Musk. Now it looks to be this plate right here with these little micro electronics attaching to parts of your brain. And then I don't know if this is like a pacemaker. I don't know what this is. But Elon Musk got this approved by the FDA, and now they just successfully installed this in their first ever human being, basically setting us up to become robots. Now, I went on their website to see if I could even qualify to get the Neuralink in my brain. The first question was, are you currently a legal adult of 18? Yes. Are you a U.S. citizen? Yes. But here's where it gets tricky. It tried to answer no to question 3, and it literally would not let me apply after that. So I just went ahead and say yes and saw what it took me to. But the question 3 is, do you have any of the following conditions? Quadriplegia, paraplegia, visual impairment, blindness, aphasia, or the inability to speak, hearing impairment or deafness, major limb amputation affecting above or below the elbow or knee. So people that don't have any of these things going on cannot even apply to get this. But if you do have any of those conditions that they just listed, are you going to trust Elon Musk to put this chip in your brain? In the last 10 minutes,
That's the thing. We got to stop and think about the people that are suffering from these conditions. You know what I mean? So obviously I'm not. So I could sit here and rant about all of the things that could possibly go wrong, what this could mean for us. You know, people who are quadriplegic, paraplegic, vision impaired, blindness, aphasia, inability to speak, hearing impairment or deafness, or major limb amputations. Those are the ones that ultimately have to decide if they want to test this out. And for me, if I was in that position, I could see how somebody would be like, what do I got to lose? You know what I'm saying? Why not? So I get it from their standpoint. You know what I mean? This is an opportunity for them to regain maybe not normalness again, but or normalcy, but somewhere close to that. So I can respect that and understand anybody who's dealing with any of those following conditions that want to test this out. I get it, bro. I couldn't even knock you for that.
The hole would be small. How big would the hole be that you have to drill and then replace with this piece? It's only one hole?
Yeah, the device we're working on right now is about an inch in diameter. And your skull's pretty thick, by the way. So skulls are...
Mine is, for sure.
It might actually literally be. I mean, if you're a big guy, your skull is actually fairly thick. Skull's is like 7 to 14 millimeters. So
Mine's probably a couple of inches.
A half inch, half inch thick skull. Yeah, you basically implant the device.
And so it would be like a 1 inch square? Or 1 inch in diameter?
Yeah,
So an inch circle, like a circular?
Yeah, I think like a smartwatch or something like that, or
okay.
Yeah.
The hole would be small.
Maybe I feel some type of way about it because it's Elon talking about it. You know what I mean? Maybe if it was presented by someone else, I'd probably be a little more receptive. It's just when he says it and he talks about it, it just comes off rather suspicious, right? Not only that, bro, this makes me think of the Black Mirror episode where they had the chip and they were rewinding their memories and going back through and playing their memories. That's what this makes me think of too. I told y'all I've been on my Black Mirror sitcom TV episodes the past week, bro, and I'm hooked.
This morning, Elon Musk announcing that for the first time, his company Neuralink has implanted a brain chip in a human. Musk saying the person is recovering well. Initial results show promising neuron spike detection. Neuralink's goal is to help paralysis patients communicate by connecting their brain to a computer.
The device is designed to interpret your neural activity so you can operate a computer or a smartphone by simply thinking.
People paralyzed from stroke, from traumatic brain injury, or a spinal cord injury could see the benefits.
This would be a major game changer if it were to be proven to be safe and effective.
The FDA approved Neuralink for human tests last May after years of testing on animals.
Here's one electrode on one thread that when we stimulate causes a flexion movement of the leg.
The company demonstrated the ability of its implants to stimulate movement.
As you can see, Pager is amazingly good at mind pong.
Allowing a monkey to play a video game.
And what better reward for a monkey than a banana?
Musk says the first human users will be people who've lost the use of their limbs. But speaking about the long term, he said, imagine if Stephen Hawking could communicate faster than a speed typist or auctioneer. That is the goal.
I really do think that in my lifetime as a physician, I'll be able to use this type of technology to help my patients, and I cannot wait for that day to come.
Neuralink's engineers aren't the only ones turning science fiction into reality. Researchers elsewhere helped this man, paralyzed in an accident, walk again thanks to implants in his brain and spine. And in August, this woman who had lost her voice to paralysis was able to have a conversation with her husband again thanks to a mind-controlled avatar.
Do not make me laugh.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
See, this is the type of stuff you need to see. You know what I mean? People who are in these positions and situations, giving them an opportunity, again, to do things that they couldn't do. So this kind of is what we need to see. Plus also hear from the doctors that see these patients on a day-to-day and have hope for them. Yeah, we need to see more of that.
Will you get Neuralink?
Neuralink? What is that?
It's a new technology that's got approved for human trials by Elon Musk, where it's a brain chip that could be implanted in your brain. Like, for example, it could cure paralysis, it could cure blindness, it could help all sorts of medical issues and mental health issues. However, people are afraid of it because it's an actual implant that has to go in your brain.
I'd say yes, because that would help. If it can like increase my dopamine and make me feel better, then sure, why not?
I think yeah, if it's like beneficial to people that actually need it, then I'm pro.
Would you get it for entertainment? Because there's going to be a lot of entertainment applications. Like, for example, you could listen to music in your brain. Eventually, you're going to be able to access.
Yes? No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. No. Yeah, if I could like implant like AirPods in my head,
Yeah. So it's going to basically decrease the latency between your phone and your brain to 0. So basically you could browse your phone in your mind or play a video game in your mind. You could access a virtual world eventually in the later versions of Neuralink when the technology progresses to that point.
I mean, even if it's a trial, might as well be a part of it.
I want to be on my phone less though, so like I feel like it wouldn't benefit me very well.
Well, it could help you with things like, say, for example, you're having a conversation. Let's say you're a guy with social anxiety or a girl with social anxiety, and you're talking to someone. And then it'll just pop in, it'll be like, oh, this is a good thing to say, or, oh, it'll give,
No, I don't need someone else's,
I have
a
social
robot's
anxiety,
opinion.
and I don't know, like, if I wouldn't want that, because I
make
feel like
you
it wouldn't
more
help me.
confused.
Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't help me that way.
Will you get Neuralink?
See, now this is really, I didn't think about those aspects of it. Listening to music, doing different things that your phone can do and all this type of stuff like that. I didn't think about that. I was only thinking about what we've been hearing it marketed as for assisting people with paralysis and different things like that. Now you're adding on something else. And I should have thought about that because they're going to advance it and make it be able to do all these different things. But not to try to go back, but to go back to that Black Mirror episode. Those people wanted those chips out of them. That dude took it out of him. He didn't want those memories no more after he had discovered what his wife was doing. He didn't want those memories. He wanted that thing out of him. The lady, when they sat down to the dinner table, was eating. She talked about how she had, once she got hers taken out, she didn't miss it.
First Neuralink tech is to be tested on humans is called telepathy, and which, according to Musk, aims to allow people to control their phone or their computer with only their thoughts. Musk broke the news on X, formerly known as Twitter, saying the person who received the implant is recovering well and showing promising neuron spike detection. Neurons are the cells that send messages all over your body to let you do everything from eating to walking to sleeping, and when they spike, that means they're showing activity. According to Neuralink's website, the majority of the implanting operation is conducted by a robot. The actual brain implant is about the size of a quarter, but it's connected to 64 threads lined with 1,000 electrodes along the patient's brain and relay electrical signals. Neuralink claims the goal is for people to, quote, operate a computer or smartphone by simply intending to move. No wires or physical movement are required. Musk says the first people who will have access to the device will be those who have lost the use of their limbs. Now, Neuralink is still in clinical trials, so it will be a while before this tech hits the market. First Neuralink tech is to be tested on humans.
So now my next question is, see, I got more and more questions, bro. That's why, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure y'all do too as well. But what's like the maintenance? Once you get this thing installed, I guess we might as well treat it like a phone since you're going to be controlling a phone and computer and you got to install. So once it gets installed, I wonder, will there be like a 6-month or a yearly routine maintenance on this thing? Who's paying for that type of stuff? I'm pretty sure nobody cares when it's fixing these type of issues, but do you got to go in and get some type of update? Especially if they continue making advancements on the technology. Do you come in and get updates? Is there a way for you to do that? Or are they able to send it to you just like they do your phone? Do you just automatically get it? Or do you have to approve it? You have to sign a waiver? Like, all these type of things are going through my brain right now with this. This is next level. This is actually beyond belief, to be honest with you. that they're able to even try to attempt to do something like this.
Can you learn a whole language from a Neuralink chip?
I think probably yes. We're still like Neuralink version 1, which is very basic.
Do you ever worry though that at some point that's just going to make all humans like have the same ability if everybody has a Neuralink?
It will actually even out ability, yeah. I mean, but bear in mind, like, you'll be able to see this coming. It's not going to happen like suddenly.
Uh-huh.
So we haven't even put one in one human yet. So we're hoping to do that maybe end of this year, early next.
In a real human?
Yeah.
Can you learn a whole language from a Neuralink?
Like that person said before, how is this not making you robotic? If I could just tap something in a second, bro, this goes right back to the Matrix. How they downloaded all that stuff into Neo, teaching them how to fight, how, you know what I mean? Teaching them jujitsu and all of that stuff. And he woke up, I know jujitsu. So that's literally, yo, they predicted this. This is crazy. This is crazy. You'll be able to be like, oh man, I never knew how to fight. And then there's no work into it. You just know this stuff now.
Well, guys, anybody who thought the Christians was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, the Elon Musk was just approved. He has a Neuralink company that inserts microchips in humans, allegedly. And he just got FDA approved by the United States. This is the study of the brain in humans, implants being implemented in humans. He's allowed to study this. Now, anybody who thought we was crazy when we talked about the end times, the mark of the beast, all of this stuff, this is your proof. Matter of fact, let me give y'all some details on this. Company was founded in 2016. He did not try to get approval till 2022. In fact, I believe that it is what he's trying to do is study humans. Remember, we talked about in the previous video, go watch it, about transhumanism and how Forbes did an article back in 2017 or 18 that transhumanism is the next movement of the world. And so basically he's saying it's to treat intraceable conditions, which I think is needed. However, we know you lying. We know it ain't for no intraceable conditions. We already know what you on, sir. And somebody just comments on some, what's wrong with that? He gonna help a lot of people, sir. Well, then you go in there and get tested. You let him be your dummy and test you this. Since you don't find nothing wrong with it. That's weird if you ask me. It's very weird. I don't want nobody practicing testing anything inside of y'all. Don't think this is weird or crazy, then there's something wrong with you. Now, I'm all for intraceable and technology getting all this great, but we know there's an underlying situation to this whole situation. And furthermore, I am sick of Elon Musk. I don't even like his name. His name is weird. I am sick of him. Him and the other man. What's the other man's name? Beyond Meat. What's his name, y'all? I hope y'all is ready to either say no to the drugs or yes. I hope y'all ready for real to say no, because y'all thought we was crazy, but it's coming. And I even thought, I'm over here like, now this is just so conspiracyism. Until you begin to read, you be reading like, what? Well, guys,
be honest, right? Be honest, y'all. Think about this, right? It's another thought that came to my brain, right? You know how with your phone, if you get your phone and then you go a while and then all of a sudden you receive this alert and it says your phone needs to update. Now, if you're like me, you habitually avoid those updates. You done heard so many horror stories about people updating their phone and then it doesn't work anymore. So I don't do it until it forces me to do it. But that's what I'm getting at. Like, what if we get to a point to where a lot of people are installing these Neuralink devices right? Getting these implants done. But you still have a great amount of people that don't want to do it, choose not to do it or whatever, right? But then they start finding out that these Neuralinks are, you know what I mean, are really, really good. They I don't know, they've stopped, people who have Neuralinks in commit less crimes, whatever the stat is that they come up with of how this is beneficial for the entire world, right? Do you think we'll get to a point where they're forcing people to get these things installed? Do you think there will come a time when they force people to get these things installed, even if they don't want them to? That's the way you hear him talk about it. Oh yeah, it'll be able to do that. Yeah, you'll be able to learn a brand new language. Yeah, you'll be able to do this and that. So you know, his thoughts and ideas go far beyond anything we're thinking about with this device right now. He's had time to think about where he's gonna take this thing. So this may be scary because I wonder, will it be forced upon people later on down the line?
Elon Musk's Neuralink has installed its first implant into a person who no one has seen yet. Neuralink is a good idea. It's a wireless brain-computer interface that is installed via robot because the implant is too fine for human hands. And it is controlled by your thoughts. Yes, to send emails and check the internet, but primarily for communication. The implant was approved by the FDA last year, and so Neuralink started taking requests from patients 22 and older living with spinal cord injuries, ALS, or similar conditions. This could truly change the lives of people who've been paralyzed or born with a genetic disease. Neuralink isn't alone. Other implants to help patients walk, like this man who was paralyzed in an accident 13 years ago, are proving to be life-changing. Elon posted this on X, saying the unknown patient is doing well, though he provided no evidence. There has been quite a bit of controversy surrounding Neuralink. Like, what happened to those 12 monkeys they experimented on that died? Along with other animal cruelty allegations, but regardless of how all that turns out, Neuralink will undoubtedly be a player in this future field. Elon Musk's
That's a good question. Where are the monkeys at? Let us see them. Let us get a direct live feed to them, seeing them interact, how they're doing post the implant being installed, and how are they interacting with people, how they're over time. Like, we should have a direct live feed to them to see them. Yeah. I'm with her. She brought up a good thought in my brain. Yeah. Where the monkeys at? Let us watch them, see what's going on. It might not be all sunshine and rainbows, man, with those monkeys, I'm telling you.
Over time, we want to get the cost obviously down as low as possible. Inclusive of the automated surgery, I think we want to get the price down to a few $1,000s, something like that. I think it should be possible to get it similar to LASIK, and then the device electronics itself will not be very expensive. It actually does use a lot of the parts that are made in extremely high volume in tens of millions of units for smartphones and smartwatches, wearables in general. Over time, we want to get...
What's y'all take on that? A few $1,000s. You know what I mean? He didn't mention that maybe your insurance will cover it one day. You can only hope, if you have to have it, that your insurance will cover it. You know what I mean? But I don't know how I feel about that. Normally when they want to drive the price down on something so everybody can have it, that kind of scares me a little bit. You want everybody to be tracked? Is that what it is? To which y'all are already tracking us anyway. Is this another way for y'all to control something? I don't know what it is yet, but something. Can you imagine? You're going to be able to use Neuralink like to control your car as well or something like that soon. That's going to be crazy.
Have y'all heard about the Neuralink? Like, who's actually going to get that? Apparently the surgery is going to be $10,500 and they will be charging $40K for it. Everyone's worry is like planting a chip in my head, like, no. And to be fair, I kind of have the same worry, because if it gets hacked, like, what can happen to me? Like, what if it just malfunctions? Like, what's even the purpose for a Neuralink? So apparently it's to help people with paralysis communicate by allowing them to remotely control devices using brain X. But again, like, if these devices get hacked, like, bro, the damage would be crazy. Have y'all heard about the Neuralink? Like,
I didn't think about that either. Imagine those things, all of our Neuralinks getting hacked. And now they can control our movements. You know, have us all doing things that we don't want to do. Completely turn us against each other. Control our movements, our actions. Like, no. I could see somebody standing before a judge right now saying, Your Honor, it wasn't me, it was my Neuralink. It caused me to do this motion. It caused me to do that. Imagine what type of stuff going. Come on, man. You already seen the scammers is out on everything else. Imagine if the scammers get a hold of this. No, man. Jokers be trying to sell Neuralinks at 5 and below, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, bro. Y'all get at me in the comment section, man. I know I'm laughing and trying to make light of the situation, but this is extremely, extremely serious, man. So y'all get at me in the comment section and let me know what you thought of this. And stick around and stay tuned, man. Until next one, I'm gone.